Hi everyone, it's Nicole and welcome to Video a Day for the entire month of August. And this is day 3, and this was a page kit that I had put together months ago, and I didn't have any pictures, specifically picked out for it. So I went into my New York pictures and I decided to print some pictures of us going to Barnes and Nobles. So we were just walking down the streets, and I had said to my friends, I said, the only place that I hope that we can go, I don't want us to go out of our way or anything like that, but if we walk up to a Barnes and Nobles, if we could spend 15 minutes in a Barnes and Nobles, I would be so happy. And we walked up to a Barnes and Nobles and we set our times to 15 minutes. So I didn't have a lot of times we had to go to a play that night, like a Broadway play. So we were limited on time, but I got to spend 15 minutes inside of Barnes and Nobles. We took pictures inside the Barnes and Nobles. I took pictures outside. I found a book that I've been wanting forever, but every time I looked on Amazon, it was always so expensive. So I showed it at the beginning. It's by Ron Chernow, and it's Alexander Hamilton. And that I am obsessed with that. I want to see the Broadway play so bad. And next time I'm in New York, that is a play that I'm going to see, but I want to make sure that I read the book first. Now, I also subscribe to Scribd, and for $8.99 a month, I don't know if you guys know about that. I'll put a link in the description box below. But for $8.99 a month, you can listen to unlimited amount of books every month. It's not like Audible where, you pay for me, it was like $20 and I would get one book. This is $8.99 and I can listen to as many books as I want. So a lot of times what I'll do is I read the physical book, and if I still feel like I want to, listen to a little bit of it, I can go and just listen to the book for a little bit, for a few chapters, while I'm doing the dishes or something like that, and then I can keep reading. And I don't feel like I have to listen to the entire thing on audio because I paid $20 for it. So I can listen to as many audiobooks as I want. I do prefer reading the physical book itself, but something this big, I think this is like over 1,000-page book. It's going to be nice to have the audiobook, and my husband wants to listen to it too. And he doesn't want to read the physical book. He wants to listen to the audiobook. So that'll be perfect. He'll be able to listen to it before we go to New York again, and that we can go see the play. So in this page kit, I had a leftover from a pattern paper that was sort of a scallop pattern paper. I'd have half of it. So I decided to use that. I had another pattern paper that had cut aparts. I cut 2 of the squares or rectangles, and I'm going to put that underneath the photos. I did print 4 photos. I cut them all different sizes, and then I kind of made a little collage with them, mounted it on a sort of a raspberry looking cardstock. And then I had quite a few of embellishments that I had put together months ago, and I had put it with this page kit, and I thought, you know what, it's time to use some of them. Some of them I had used my scissors and kind of made fringe with it, and used my sewing machine and sewed it together, and had made some, what are those called? Some pinwheels, that's the word, pinwheels. And then I had hearts. So I'm going to kind of divide them between each of the embellishment clusters, and I'm going to start making some embellishments. And this was a fun page to make because pretty much everything was already done for me. Like my embellishments were already put together. I did cut some of them apart, and what I'm doing is I'm just being careful, especially the ones where I did some sewing. I just make sure that I cut above the sewing so that the fringe doesn't come all apart. And I'm going to put it in 3 different spots. And that's, this page came together really super quickly because it was all using some embellishments that I had already put together. that pattern paper was already cut in half, so I just stuck it to the side of the page and then mounted, my photos on some cardstock. And I think the thing that took me the longest is to cut those little 2 squares apart and put them on the layout. And one of them said that's a good story, so that was perfect for a Barnes and Noble kind of page. Now, the only thing I bought at Barnes and Nobles, because we only had 15 minutes, was my Alexander Hamilton book, and I bought a mug which has everything New York on it, and I'm actually drinking my coffee out of it this morning, and I absolutely love it. The only thing left to do is just glue everything down, because my embellishment foundation and everything is already done. So I'm going to glue everything down. I'm going to add, like I said, a few little pieces here and there just to finish off my embellishment clusters. So some of my embellishments already had some enamel dots, but some of the other ones didn't. So I'm going to add a few enamel dots just to kind of finish that off. And then I'm going to add some splatters. And then I'm going to add my title. So once I've added my enamel dots, added some splatters using the Heidi Swapp Black Velvet, I'm going to add my title, which is going to be Books for Life, using some tiny stickers. And that's going to complete my layout. And just a reminder, I'm going to be uploading a video a day for the entire month of August, which I'm also going to be doing some live. My next live is August 7th at 1 p.m. Atlantic Daylight Time. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. If you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up and maybe leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.